It's a bunch of crazy stories written by the Brothers Grimm. And now you're gonna learn all about them, listening to the Brothers Grimm.
Students and scholars, friends, and relations, welcome to the Brothers Dim podcast in which we look into the whimsical yet dark collection of fairy tales put together by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm in the early 19th century in Germany, including this week's tale, story 89, The Goose Girl. My name is Phil.
And my name is Mike.
Mike, how are you now?
I'm doing all right. I got a question for you, though.
Okay.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
I'll answer that. You might think Radio Shack or any number of my jobs in retail, but I quite liked retail. I think retail is fantastic. I wish it paid like a living wage. I would do it, but it doesn't. I could tell you the most toxic place I've ever worked at was, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but it was the first place I worked for got bought by a bigger company. Mm-hmm. And that company was just a fucking mess. I never knew what to do. I did not thrive there. I learned nothing.
It was like knowledge work office job kind of thing.
It was like just construction stuff that I always do, but it was just they bought us and then had no idea what to do with us. Everybody quit except for a couple of people, and then the couple of people that did stay either had no fucking desire to stand up for us or just didn't have the power to do it. Anyways, how about you? You brought this up.
I had one job that I walked out at lunchtime on the first day. I just didn't go back because I thought it was going to be one thing and it was totally different. I was up on like a rickety scaffolding and feeding sharp pieces of metal into a very hot machine. And I was just like, I'm just going to go get lunch and not go back. And that's the only time I've ever really done that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've been pretty lucky with jobs. I worked at Taco Bell and I still eat Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
I remember when you worked at Taco Bell. One time you brought back an entire like box of Baja sauce.
I tried to, but I couldn't. We had a whole plan.
Tales of Teenage Dirtbaggery.
We were going to get that for the backwater and then just put it on everything. And I feel like we didn't get it, or maybe we did. It was the Southwest sauce.
I thought we did get it. Well, plus, I only remember the plan.
Our memories are very notoriously foggy.
Yeah, I never blacked out exactly, but
yeah,
we did drink a lot of backwater punch and a
MGD
lot of
bar
boys
bottles
of MGD. Yeah.
Anyway, the reason I ask is because there's a job I learned about in here called a knacker with a K.
Oh yeah.
And it's a low status person who collects and disposes of old, sick, or dead animals for the production of glue or animal feed or tallow. And yeah, I was just like, well, at least I don't do that. Anyway.
Okay. Well, so yeah, we'll get to the knackers in a little bit. Do you have a grade for the Goose Girl?
I gave this one a solid B.
Okay.
It's quirky. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
I gave it an A.
Oh.
I'll tell you why. It's got one of the better ones of these types of tales. Plus, I thought there was a pretty good little bit of creative capital punishment.
We did get back to corporal punishment. I was very excited about that.
I thought that you might be. I thought that would buck you right up to the A.
That's a good point.
Then I thought some of the poetry was pretty good.
Interesting. I could have left it as far as take it or leave it.
You know, I thought it was silly, but I liked it. I found it charming. I'll say maybe it wasn't good, but. In any case, let's see what our listeners might think. So if you don't mind, I'll take everyone through the plot of Grimm's story 89, The Goose Girl.
Do it up.
Once upon a time, a widowed queen and a princess are living their best life. The queen decides to marry her daughter off to a prince a few towns over. So that's what you do with princesses. So
just get rid of them.
Okay, yeah. She packs her daughter off with a dowry, servant girl, and a hanky with a few drops of blood. Jack says a bit of a protective spell. So the daughter, she tucks that between her bosoms. And then last but not least, a talking horse named Falada. So off they go, and wouldn't you know it, but the princess gets thirsty. She asks the servant girl to fetch her some water, which the servant girl just refuses to do because she didn't ask to be a servant, and so the princess just has to drink directly from the stream. They do this all again in a little while. This time when the princess is bending over, the hanky falls out of her bosoms. She no longer has her spell of protection. The servant then bullies her into giving her the good talking horse, swapping clothes, and then promising that she'd never tell anyone that they switched places. Finally, they get to the new castle, and the servant says, "It's me, the princess. I'm ready to marry a hot prince, and please show me to him." And off they go, leaving the real princess standing in the courtyard in rags.
I think the phrase was, "She was conducted upstairs."
Yeah.
That's pretty quick.
Now, the king looks down. He sees the girl in the courtyard, and the servant says, "Oh, okay, so that's just my servant girl. Give her a job or something." And the king says, "Okay." But the only job they have is tending to the geese, along with Conrad the goose boy, a very rare named character, but somehow. And then the servant says, "Oh, and if you could, please kill the talking horse because because it knows too much. It knows who the real princess is. So kill the talking horse. They mount the head on the wall." Apropos of nothing, the horse head can still talk.
Yeah, because magic.
Real princess goes out to learn goosing, and the horse head, the guy that beheaded the horse, is like, okay, and, why? And she's like, "Oh, I love the horse. I'd love to see it again." Okay,
I'd like to be
okay, girl.
reminded.
Yeah. So he does. One morning, off they go a goosing among the leaves so green, and the princess lets down her hair, which is quite pretty, which Conrad sees, and he asks if he can have a bit for himself, but the princess says no. And then the princess asks the wind to blow the kid's hat away. So he has to go chasing after it. By the time he gets back, she's put her hair back up in braids. A couple days later, this happens again. Conrad eventually goes to the king and says, "I'm done goosing with that girl. I shan't goose with her anymore." The king says, "Why?" And Conrad tells him how she's actually pretty hot, but she won't let me play with her hair. And so the king's
She
like,
won't
"Oh,
give me any of her hair."
she won't let me cut her hair off and let me have it." King says, "Well, fair enough." But he decides he needs to talk to this girl and get to the bottom of whatever this mystery is of a hot servant girl. No one's ever seen that before. King asks the real princess what's wrong, but she can't say, of course. But the king says, "Tell you what, go tell the iron stove, and then you're not breaking any promises." So she does that. The king eavesdrops and realizes that, yes, she was the real princess the whole time. The other girl is a liar. He comes up with a little scheme. They sit the servant girl who's pretending to be the princess. They sit her down to a nice meal. They say, "Okay, hey, listen. If you found out that a servant girl stole a dowry and all the clothes from a princess and then came to the castle and lied about who she was and had her horse killed, what would be a fitting punishment for that girl?" The girl says, "Oh, she should be stuck inside a barrel with nails on the inside and string that to some horses who will drag the barrel around with them until the girl dies." And wouldn't you know it, the king says, "Well, guess what? We know that's what you did, so that shall be your punishment." And then they do that. They kill her via nail barrel, and the real princess, marries the prince. The end.
Nail barrel sounds like some sort of weapon from Quake.
Yeah.
Got the nail gun and the nail barrel.
Or like a website like Bang Bus. It's like just a barrel in town. Oh my good God. Okay. Do you have a moral?
What I came up with is that the highborn and beautiful will eventually find their way. Others
Okay.
not so much. You're going to end up in a barrel.
Fair enough. Yeah. Mine is if anyone ever asks you what the punishment should be for something that you know for a fact you're guilty of, just don't get creative.
Strawberry ice cream.
Yeah, we know you stole that money. What should your punishment be? Whoa, you should make me have to go be the guard at the castle with 80 young blondes, all aged 19 to 24, who love knitting exciting underwear together. Little Monty Python for you.
Very nice.
From Castle Anthrax. It would be a hard punishment, but I think there's just no other way, is what I would say.
Right. Yeah. You got to take one for the team.
Take one for the team. I would. By the way, I'd never heard of this story before. I don't know if you have.
It reminds me of a side plot in Netflix in 2024. They did a version of the Decameron.
Okay.
Which traditionally is like rich people escaping the plague in medieval Europe, and they tell each other titillating stories.
So is it like an anthology series?
No. It's an ensemble cast, and the similarities end with nobles retreating to the countryside to escape the plague. But they get there and they discover that like they don't have very many servants with them, and there's not a lot to do, and so all sorts of shenanigans happen. But along the way, one of the sort of groups or pairs of people going has a very similar thing. It's like a highborn girl and a servant girl. The highborn girl is like a total shitbag.
Yeah.
She like they get in a fist fight over the servant girl wanted to give some of her own bread to a beggar.
Okay.
And then the highborn girl is like, absolutely not. I won't let you do that. Ends up like pushing her over a bridge into the river. I killed her.
Killed the girl. Oh shoot.
So she like just wears her clothes and she's like, okay, I guess I'm free. And then like goes and presents herself as the princess.
Oh wait. Oh shoot. The servant girl killed the.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it turns out that the highborn girl didn't die after all. She shows up at the door all bedraggled after having dragged herself out of the stream and through the woods for miles and miles and miles. But then like they start fighting and everybody's like, we're gonna kick the both of you out if you don't cut this shit. And so they cut a deal that they're gonna keep up the charade because otherwise they're gonna be both thrown out on their asses. But yeah, then it turns out that, being a royal isn't very exciting, or being a noble isn't as great as it's cracked up to be, and sometimes you can learn some lessons by being a servant. Things like that. Anyway, it's fantastic. I highly recommend it.
All right. Well, that kind of though, this and then even that Decameron, which by the way, if we ever finish this and want to keep going forever, there's 100 Decameron stories.
Ooh, I could be down with that.
Yeah, plenty more to go if we ever get that far. Except that suddenly seasons 15 through 30 are going to be like, wow, this is all got real sexy.
Well, we still have another 100 of these too. So
my moral though was be weary of your servants.
It's a good one.
Be nice to your servants too. Be nice to your waitstaff, but like be wary, which I think was the moral of the fledgling. And I'll just sum it up. Yeah. In that one, so a guy finds a kid in the woods, like a foundling boy, and he brings it home to be a friend to his daughter. And then the cook just up and decides, I'm gonna eat that kid.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna do. And then it ends with them. The kids escape together because he doesn't want to be eat. Like the daughter's like, no, this is my best friend. This is the person I love the most in the world. I would rather you didn't eat him. And also, come on, man.
We stopped eating people decades ago.
Why? And the answer is jealousy. That's the root cause of all this. But
Speaking of eating people, the king tells the girl to tell her sorrows to the iron stove over there, and so she climbs inside it.
Yeah, I really thought
that's a choice.
I thought for sure when she was doing it, I was like, well, that's the end of this story tale.
The end.
Did we have another one where like some prince or something, like he was all like, go eat dinner in the black room over there, and he had built like a oven the size of a room. Like I remember
and they heated it up, and it was the guy who collected all the guys with superpowers, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
They escape using all like a combination of
because he blows the cold wind. Yeah. So I forget the name of the story, but yeah, you're right. The man with 6 friends or
yeah, oh god, something like that.
All right, let me just okay. How 6 men got on in the world. That's the name of that story.
Oh yes.
A lot of good themes rolled into this story. We got a treacherous servant.
Yep.
Persecuted heroine.
Oh yeah, I think we had that last week.
We had that last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forcing an oath of secrecy. That's kind of a weird one. Although I'm sure we've seen it before. The highborn cannot lie if they make a promise that it's
the noble paladin.
Yeah. Helpful magical animal. And then a weird magical item of protection, which does nothing. This girl's protected for all of like 3 hours by the napkin with 3 drops of blood on it that she sticks between her tits, and then drops. And then
when my kids go out in the world, I should just like cut my finger and drip 3 drops of blood and give it to them and be like, "You're gonna need this someday."
And by the way, we're not paying for college. Here's your napkin. Hey, that's why I gave this one an A. There's a lot you can do with that. Of the stories we've read, which include those elements, this one felt the most like an actual kind of complete story. The only sort of loose end is the fucking horse.
and the napkin of protection.
The napkin of protection. Although, I mean, I guess there's a lesson there. It's like, keep this. Which I sort of thought too is royalty will have a ring or a crest. This will prove that you're the actual one. You need to have this. And if you lose it, who are you? The true secret is that there is no goddamn difference between royalty and non-royals, except for like the royals are a little more inbred.
Luck.
Yeah. Like I happened to be born on this side of the fence.
Although, side question, how can this girl command the wind? That's like some Disney princess bullshit. But there's nothing else.
She's the princess, yeah.
This guy's bugging me. Come throw his hat away.
Because she's got wind powers like Storm.
Yeah.
From the X-Men.
She's like a mini Storm. I found a live action short of this.
From whom?
It was on PBS in the 80s.
Was it what's her name's Fairy Tales? Shelley Duvall. Was it the Shelley Duvall thing?
I don't know.
Because Shelley Duvall did fairy tale theater.
I don't think it was that. I always thought Shelley Duvall was weird, but I think it's just because I only know her from The Shining primarily.
I knew her primarily from this for forever because she always introduced herself too. In the beginning, she'd be like,
"Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall."
And I'd like to tell you a wonderful story today. And then it was them all acting it.
Oh, it wasn't animated?
No, it was live action. Anyway, let's get back to this. So you saw something live action.
Yeah, it's a live action short. It was on PBS in the 80s. I think it's called From the Brothers Grimm.
Okay.
It's very obscure. Just a short. It was like 20 minutes long. It's just interesting to see like what they made the characters look like.
Was this the one that you were saying earlier before we were recording? I think before, was this the one where you were saying earlier that like it was all on Vimeo, all the whole series?
Yeah, I was looking around and I found there's a site that has links to them and they're all on Vimeo. It seems like there's only it seems like some of them are Grimm and some of them are adaptations. Like there's a Hansel and Gretel, and there's one called Jack and the Dentist's Daughter, which I guess is an adaptation of a story called The Master Thief.
Okay. I was also looking around. I found a new fairy tale series from Japan.
Oh,
called Manga Fairy Tales of the World.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Which, oh man, it was not all Grimm. So like similar to that, but it takes stories from from all over. But there was a lot of Grimm in there, like Frog Prince, Cinderella Red, Thrushbeard was in there, but then also had like Les Miserables. It is weird, super crudely animated, and then it's only ever one person doing all the voices.
Oh, nice.
So like I get why that no one translated this because there's just nothing they could do with it, but it was very, very cheaply made. It looked like. I bet if we took the videos, we could probably bang out some translations pretty easily though. Yeah, and this one
I just pulled it up. It was late 70s actually.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it felt old. And in this one, there was a point where the blood came alive, and
like fairy godmothers.
I mean, I think I'm not exactly sure what the narrator was saying.
Yeah,
but I could do something like that. Seems like the story mostly plays out the same, except for the servant girl is also a witch. And at the end, she takes a knife and just kills herself.
Of course. I might do that instead of the barrel full of nails myself. But yeah, back to some old school corporal punishment. That was good.
Oh, it was really good, yeah.
There were no snakes or oil, but we're getting there.
It worked. It was a barrel, and she went in the barrel and came out dead.
Yeah.
What else can you get into?
That's all you want.
Conrad the Goose Boy. It seems like there was a lot of versions of this out there, but it's such a weird little story arc where, first of all, he's named, which is insane,
right?
For just another servant, and especially
the title character is not named.
No, she absolutely is not. The title character, if it's a girl, is never named. With very rarely, and even on the cases where it is it's like an insult. All they really need for him in the story is for him to be a bridge to the king to let the king know that the servant girl was hot when she puts
right. Yeah.
She takes her glasses off and rolls her hair down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like so much 80s librarian. and then he's gone.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like the whole she's called the Goose Girl. You're expecting her to become a Goose Girl. There's going to be a Goose Girl. Eventually the princess becomes a Goose Girl, and then it is over in like one paragraph, and then
the horse killer
is just it's off to the oven.
Oh, I could see an adaptation of this where like the whole thing just plays out, and then like as it's ending with its happy ending, it sort of pans back out of the town, and you pass like a telephone pole with a missing picture of Conrad.
Yeah.
He's just mysteriously disappeared. I don't know why. I just thought it would be funny. Yeah, not a lot about it, but I have what might be a new segment, which is I've noticed whenever I'm doing research on these, I typically end up in a number of different rabbit holes, usually on Wikipedia or just randomly all over.
I see that. I've done that before. Yeah.
And so I wanted to start documenting where I land on them. In this in specific, I don't actually have the pathing for how I got to these. I just have the destination, which is almost as much of a mystery in and of itself. But I have the Eudora email client from the 90s. Yeah. And then I have Baphomet, which is, I believe, a figure from the Satanic Church, or possibly previous to that. Don't know how I landed on those, or what they possibly have to do with this.
Wait a minute. It's just well, okay.
Did it just settle in?
I'm trying to. Yeah, I was getting ready to follow And then there's you just kind of ended. Okay, so
Yep.
so what's the segment?
Rabbit holes.
But if we see how deep the rabbit hole goes, but we're just at the bottom. We have to.
Right,
Okay, well,
exactly.
okay. So the segment's going to be you write down these things.
Yeah, I suppose if I do this, then I can start to backtrack using my browser history and figure out how I got there in the first place. But
Well, that's my point. Like, is yeah, where you just want to tell us where you ended up, or can we see how you got there?
I can't with these. I have no idea how I got
Well,
there.
no, I know you can't with these clearly.
Right.
But like,
But maybe-
for the if you want to do this segment, I think
maybe in the future, yeah. We
okay,
can show the
that would
hops.
work,
Yeah.
and that's great. I think it's a fascinating bit of business of just like let's get to know Mike a little bit by seeing how his brain works.
I loved the Eudora email client, and I
Well-
miss it very much, and was very delighted to see screenshots of it.
Okay, what's an email client? I'll just ask.
So back in the day, before
Okay.
the web was really the web, and we had things like Gmail.
Okay.
If you wanted email, you had to have a program on your computer that would actually connect to a server and pull the mail down, or just connect to the server and tell you what was on the server, and you could operate it that way. Gmail and Yahoo and that stuff works that way now, and basically in a web browser. But back in the
Okay.
day, you had to have like an actual email client on your computer, like Outlook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it Netscape? Was that?
That was a
one of them?
browser.
Oh, that was a browser. Okay, I remember. I guess AOL. You would sign on and it would download all your email.
Yeah, sort of. It was like AOL had an email client built into it as part of it. It was sort of an all-in-one. Here's the entire internet, web browser and an email client and a chat client. And
All right, so old school, and Eudora was one of those.
Yep.
Wasn't not Outlook.
it was like Outlook,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
competitor, but free.
I guess I've only ever known Outlook to be my job's email.
Pre
Okay.
Gmail, you had to have
Yeah.
a local client like that.
Well, I think it could be interesting. I think we have to workshop it. I think we did workshop it a little bit, but I think it could be.
I think it's funny just seeing the destinations, but I can understand wanting to see the hops to how you get there.
I need to see the hops for me to be interested. Other than that, it's just like here's a thing that Mike likes from the past.
You don't want to know how I ended up on Baphomet?
I absolutely want to know how you ended up on Baphomet.
Well, I would like to know too.
Yeah. Engrossing stuff, dear listeners. I have nothing else, by the way.
Nor do I. I do have a pitch.
Okay, I would love to hear it.
All right. There's this girl. Her parents work in the household of a noble-born family. Her mom is the queen's waiting maid. Her father tends the stables or something like that.
Sure.
She's grown up there. She's sort of a friend and playmate of the princess. At one point, dad dies in a tragic accident while she's young. So it's just mom and the daughter. And then she's, early teens, mom passes away from something. So suddenly she's without parents. She's with this sort of adoptive family she's always had. And the queen, now that the mom's not there, kind of pushes this girl into service and a reversal of fortune.
Mm-hmm.
So now like she's the waiting maid for the princess instead of having been her lifelong companion. Sort of like it's high time the princess had her own staff and that you learn your place in the world. Treated like shit. Turns out this queen's a total asshole, and the princess is kind of starting to act like her mom.
Which is the point.
Right. And maybe we'd seen some of this before from the princess, but like didn't fully sink in. They're going off this girl's, the princess is to be wed. So they're on the road. Now they're free from the queen's oversight. So the servant girl starts to flex a little bit, get your own water. I'm tired of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
One day she tries to offer bread to a roadside beggar, and the princess objects. They get in a physical altercation. The girl realizes she way outclasses the princess in strength and forces this change, threatens her with silence. Like, all right, I'm done with this shit. We used to be friends, blah, blah, blah. So they arrive and everything's perfect. She's treated with grace and dignity. The princess, the actual princess, is given a service job in the palace. Maybe she's a waiting maid to the girl. Who knows? Shortly therein, like cracks start to show in the facade of royalty. This girl realizes it's not just where she came from.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's like a dark ending. Like she's caught out by who she thought was like the kindly old king, but he turns out to be a lech, and he's kind of twisted. He threatens her with service to him or death, and she chooses death to finally be free.
Yeah, I like the idea of garnering some sympathy for this. Like she was just like mistreated, because that's the thing we were talking about like earlier. In any case, right? She said there's one sentence right where she says, "I didn't ask for this."
Yeah.
Which there's servants and then there's slaves. And if one's a slave, that's real different than I was working like, listen, I was working up there as a mop girl,
Yeah.
but I didn't ask to go on some journey.
Right. Yep.
The other thing I was thinking of, like, here's where she screwed up. She was like, oh, give the princess a job. Go give her a job with the goose boy. If you were trying to pull that off, I would A, get rid of the talking horse, but B, also get rid of that girl.
Yeah, I know.
If the horse knows too much, then the princess sure as shit does.
Yeah.
Even if she did make a promise. If you don't have anything else, then I don't have anything else. I think we can call it on Grimm Story 89, The Goose Girl. Till the next time in the next tale, may you dream sweet dreams of today's sponsor, Horse Laughter. Yes, the jaunty sounds of a horse laughing. No, wait, horse slaughter. Today's sponsor is Horse Slaughter. Does your horse know too much about your wicked deeds? Or do you just need some glue? Or are you a knacker who hasn't been knacking? In either scenario, choose Horse Slaughter, and you'll be glad you did. For the rest of you, sleep tight, and we'll see you next time.
Also brought to you by Nail Barrel.
Yeah.
See you next time. The Brothers Dim podcast is written by the Brothers Dim. Recording engineering is done by Mike, and sound editing and mastering by Phil. Brothers Dim podcasts are copyrighted by the Brothers Dim and available at brothersdim.com, on Blue Sky at Brothers Dim, and wherever you get your podcasts.